Oh, we're live and we lost Mark, Natalie.
I know. I'm just going to
Well,
mess.
Mark, yeah, well, Mark's trying to get back on. Welcome to the Calgary Real Estate Show, everybody. We missed last week, but you guys had a great holiday. I had big news. We've had a good last week, eh?
Yes. What's your
Yeah,
big news?
I'm a father for the third time. My baby boy Gabriel was born last Tuesday, so it worked out actually well that you guys were out and about and enjoying some much deserved holiday time, so that
Yes.
I could spend some time with my baby boy.
Oh, that's so exciting. We're so thrilled for you guys.
Yeah, thanks. And here he's
Oh,
back.
and he's
You know
back.
what? I'm not sure. Now we got the whole wide. Hold on, just give me 1 second here. We're just gonna change the camera.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There we go.
All right, sorry about that. Yes, congratulations, Jaden.
You're out again.
He goes
Okay.
again. So do we want to jump right into it, Natalie? I think you have control of the slides anyway, eh?
I can't have them on the big screen though. He has to do that.
Oh, okay. One of those days. Well, hopefully Mark will be back soon. But it's been an interesting August so far. Eh? Followed like that July. I think we've talked about this before. It was
Yeah.
the busiest I've ever been in July.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling August is kind of a weirdly busy August as well.
Yes, we would agree with that. It's been very unusual. Normally, it's just going to start ramping up in the next week or two, but we've been going hardcore. So
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we're around. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, I'm back again. So here's what happens when you're doing this from an iPad and you have your phones all connected. When you get a call, I've had 2 calls come in, hence my camera goes black. So now I went into do not disturb mode, so we should be good.
All right.
Should be good. So let's get Jaden going here. All right. So here's our. I'm sure you guys have been chatting about what's been going on. Been busy, and we're seeing that in this weekly stat update. So on the detached side of things, 233 new listings, similar to last week, and down really since 5 weeks ago, big time.
Yeah.
289 solds. 289. So that's a big jump up from last week. That's the highest it's been in a few weeks. Really, second highest it's been in 5 weeks. 124% sales to new listing ratio. 227 pendings, which is kind of right in line with what we've been seeing over the month of August. 147 price reductions. That's a little higher than it's been over the past couple of weeks. Back on market, days on market, very similar to what we've been seeing. Active detached up slightly, and our total active down slightly as well. Over to you, Natalie, as we jump back a year.
In the time machine, here we go. So last year, total sales were 505. This year, 654. So that's up almost 30%, 29.5%. New listings, 587 to this week, 715. So up 21, almost 22%. Active listings last year, 5122. This year, 3450. So down almost 33%, which is consistent with what we've been seeing. Average days on market, 37 last year, 24 this year, so down 35%. So again, we've been seeing a pretty consistent number on that. I think the biggest difference is this year we're not seeing quite as many non-conditional sales. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, certainly our experience with our clients over the past week in writing, what is it now, 8 offers?
Yeah.
Eight offers in the last week. My hands
all
are
competitive.
I'm getting carpal tunnel syndrome. But yeah, absolutely. People are going in with conditions, and Jaden, you can speak to this maybe a little better than we can. Maybe with the higher interest rates, people are a little bit more cautious about actually getting an approval, right? There's less buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the concern. I think it's what I'm finding is that people are wanting to do conditions, but they're doing them quite a bit shorter than they normally would,
Yes.
right? So,
Yeah.
We generally speaking would see 10 business days conditions. That's more like 2 weeks conditions, kind of. That's much more towards 5 business days right now, or shorter, right? So, absolutely, that interest rate has affected the way people think, but they still want to get things done quick. So you have to have a good relationship with your broker, your bank, and everybody to make sure that turns around quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure. Over to you,
so there
Jaden.
you go. There's the update there, Jaden.
Yeah, it's not. It continues to be a terrible, terrible week for interest rates. The fixed rates went up across the board by about 0.15% week over week. There's been a lot of volatility in the bond market caused by a bunch of the things that have happened, including the inflation report and things like that. And it's really scaring people away from the bond market, and then just really has affected that market and pushed up the pricing. One thing I talked on a video about this yesterday, and I'd like to mention it here again because I think it bears repeating. When that inflation went from 2.8% up to 3.5%, it scared a lot of people into thinking that we're looking into more interest rates hikes coming on the variable side. For prime to go up another quarter point in September. And it's definitely a possibility. That's absolutely something that could happen. The other side of that coin that I'd like to say, and something that a lot of people are talking about, interest rates on your mortgage are directly responsible for about 1% of current inflation. So if we pulled those out, and if we could just go back in a time machine and people didn't lock into their 5% mortgages and things like that, and we went back to what we had for interest rates a year ago, we would be down at around 2.5, 2.4% inflation, right kind of close to where the Bank of Canada would like to be. Now, they can't say that. They won't say that because they don't want to give the impression that they're going to start cutting right away, because they don't want people to start spending right away and get inflation going again. But I think there's a lot of signs economically in terms of what's happening in China and with the States and some of these other things that these interest rates that they've been very aggressive about hiking are doing what they should be doing to slow down the economy, and likely we're coming down in the next 6 to 12 months here.
Okay.
It's good to know.
Very good. Yeah, I've heard interesting discussions from both sides of the aisle in Ottawa about how, mortgage rates don't affect inflation. Oh, yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. So good to hear it from the horse's mouth, as it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. Natalie, that is epic. 60s, 50s?
That looks like 70s to me.
70s?
Yeah, with the big wallpaper and the mustard on the side. Yeah, no, that's hideous. Okay, so today we're discussing using flooring to make a kitchen look bigger. Number one is pretty self-explanatory, using light colors. That's a big thing. If you don't have a big kitchen, you don't want to have super dark flooring because it will automatically close it in. So this is a very good example. It just sort of really plays really nicely off the wood tones and that sort of seafoamy, greeny blue. Number two is create continuity. This is something we've done in our house. Our kitchen is not huge, and we did luxury vinyl plank throughout the whole main floor, and it really makes it quite seamless, and it does make the space look bigger, don't you think, Mark? And we have white cabinetry and
absolutely. Before it was like
black accents. It looks really good.
Yeah, we had two different types of flooring tile, and then this really old hardwood, and we just went over top of it with vinyl plank, and looks great.
Yeah, it worked wonderfully. The next one is flooring size does matter. So I know that's what he said.
No comment.
But this is basically saying, like, if you're going to be laying tile, get something larger, like something that's like a 18 by 24, that kind of thing, because the less route lines you have, the more seamless it's going to look and the more just flowing it's going to look. So the last one is patterns. And this is a big one too. It just adds some visual interest. So like in this example, they have a herringbone pattern on the floor. It just makes it look like it has some depth and draws your eye down and sort of lets your eye go up. So it's a nice way just to bring that around. So, and I think that's my last slide.
There you go. Awesome. Thanks. All right. A few community events that we want to highlight this week. Obviously, lots going on as it's kind of the last heyday of summer holidays for kids. Maybe a little bit there after the long weekend or into the long weekend. But great outdoors. We're super excited because we are going tomorrow night to hear Ron Swanson. I never know his real name.
Nick Offerman,
yes. So we'll be down there at Princess Island tomorrow night. So there's like general admission tickets. There's VIP. So a few different options there. If you're looking to see some live comedy out in Princess Island. Sorry. We got the topiary still going on at the zoo, or you could just come to our yard. It's virtually the same. Pretty much the same. And finally, Global Fest. It's Global Fest time. Get your parkas, get your camp chairs, and head on over to Earlton Park. Tickets start, I believe, at $13. If you go to globalfest.ca, I think is where you buy them. I will just say it's a really cool event. Just know that it's a long night. You're not getting home before midnight typically, and then you got to take buses and blah, blah, blah. So if you have little kids, just know that you're not getting home at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock unless you leave before the fireworks, which to me is kind of the whole reason to go. Exactly. So there you go. So that is the Calgary Real Estate Show for this week. So we'll see what happens really over the next week here as we wrap up the month. And then into that first week of September, we're away, but we'll figure out a way to do an update for you on the monthly update because we're going to be away, but we'll maybe pre-record it with Jaden. So at least we have something for you on the month. So Jaden, safe travels back from the truck stop.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to getting off the side of the highway here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll let you do that. We're going to say goodbye, everybody. We'll see you in a week.
Bye.
Great week, guys.